she intimidated George in addition to Charlotte. Sophie Carter, who saw the bad deed. Wales is upset. Charlotte is the primary casualty. The bridesmaids' headpieces were all distinctive, save for Jessica's daughters. You can tell that Charlotte's dress has torn edges in addition to being ill-fitting. The formal wedding photograph is there. Princess Charlotte is standing guardianly in place of the other bridesmaids who are seated on the floor. While the image would have looked more harmonious with Prince George standing or kneeling with the pageboy on the right, similar to the two pageboys on the left, he is instead seated in a chair next to Catherine, and both Charlotte and George appear to be being shielded from Markle. Another observation is that Catherine's grin appears more forced than Bob Iger and Willow Bay when they are made to attend an arch while supporting the Sausage Deprivation Syndrome charity. Charlotte afterwards had to curl up next to Sophie Carter, one of Catherine's closest friends, who served as her godmother. Kids are hyper-aware of the presence of the bully when they are among other kids or adults who they feel bullied or otherwise picked on, so if you tell a naked fossard about the occurrence, they will tell you a lot without saying anything. When Sophie Carter notices Meghan's inappropriate behavior with two kids, she becomes the third person after Catherine and William to worry for Charlotte and George. A slew of peculiar stories about Charlotte and George acting inappropriately that were published only days after the wedding were what finally persuaded royal followers that the tale was genuine. Along with lying, the sociopaths and narcissists in Gaslight also hold the victims responsible for their own actions. Harry and Meghan asked Kate Middleton to mind misbehaving kids after chaotic first royal wedding rehearsal. Once the children had followed Meghan down the aisle of St. George's Chapel, they were scurried away into a side room and were not present for the full marriage service given that all of the pageboys and bridesmaids were under the age of 10. This isn't surprising as they'll have likely become agitated during the speeches and other formalities of the ceremony. Princess Charlotte, Prince George, and other pageboys and bridesmaids all appeared to be very well behaved during the day and showed no obvious slip-ups even under the spotlight of the world's media. However, according to the Mirror, the children were so mischievous during the rehearsals for the wedding that Kate and the other children's mothers were asked to accompany the children into the chapel later. Princess Charlotte and Prince George had limited participation compared to the other children in the bridal party, although they both joined in the processional. They were notably absent from the exit at the end of the ceremony. If the bullying allegations are true, it would make a lot of sense for the Walses to try to protect their children by minimizing their exposure and proximity to Markle as much as possible. Princess Charlotte and Prince George absent at the end of the ceremony. Instead, George and Charlotte left the chapel with the parents. William and Catherine both appeared nervous.